Welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. I haven't played this in a while, but it's fine. I totally remember what I'm doing. Also, worth noting that I don't have my controller here, and Amity's controller is not agreeing with it, so we'll see what I have to do as far as how to play with the mouse goes. I can't remember. I think I've mostly played with controller in the past, though. Hey, what are you doing in, were you seriously about to ask me what I'm doing in here? Yeah, even as I was saying it, it sounded stupid. How did you find me? I hid and watched when you came out for your smokes. Oh, that was you, huh? I thought the captain's voice didn't sound quite right. So what's the deal? Well, it's basically just what it looks like. It looks like you're hiding in this old man's house to rob him while he sleeps. In that case, it's not at all what it looks like. I'm listening. I'll admit, at first I was planning on robbing him. I figured an old sea captain must have a secret treasure, right? He wasn't a pirate. Nope, turned out he's just a lonely old man with nobody to talk to. Except, well, his old sailing buddies. So I started hanging out back here and chatting with him through the wall. He didn't find it strange? He was a little spooked at first, but once I gotten a handle on how the different voices should sound and learned enough to keep up with the anecdotes, he relaxed. It's nice to have someone to talk to, even if the situation is kind of weird, right? So that's all? You just do this because you feel sorry for him? Yeah, well, I won't pretend I don't like having somewhere to stay rent-free. And his pension from the shipping company is pretty good, and his short-term memory is kind of bad, so he doesn't pay much attention to the fact that he's buying food for 2 people. He's a good guy, and it's an he's a good guy, and it's an easy life. Don't screw it up for us, okay? Wait, what is it to you anyway? I'm here about the stolen urn. Oh, yeah, that was probably a mistake. He mentioned the 5th sailor a few times, so I thought he might like to have the whole crew together, you know? So I lifted a random urn from that little cathedral to fill the spot. It seemed like a good idea at the time. The vicar needs it back. Okay. It'll be weird if it just vanishes, though. Can you swap it for another one? The captain doesn't open them, so we won't notice if there's no ashes in it. I'll do it. For the captain. You give a respectful salute to all these dead soldiers. There's water in his bedroll. He must also use it as a bath. Maybe this guy thinks it's treasure, but it looks like trash to you. It's good old Obi. Hey, Obi. Captain's asleep. Which one's the one I'm supposed... The plaque above this urn says 5th sailor. Aren't I supposed to take it? Oh. I don't need to take it. I need to get a replacement and then come back. Okay. We can do that. Amble away? Sure. Maybe we can find an empty one at Polycarp's? You barely have time to react when the ground shakes and shudders violently without warning, then bursts in a rain of earth as several large slimy tentacles force their way out of the ground, writhing and twisting and groping at their surroundings. Incidentally, the reaction you barely had time to make was, ah! Fight them. Fight them good. Parmesan missile. Parmesan missile. Parmesan missile take 2. And then this one, get tonged. Ow. Sleaze damage. Toot! Get tooted on. My turtle! I have 1 AP this time. Shoot! You know, if I'd been smart, I would have done these in the other order. It is what it is. Reed slice. Get bled. cheese or Parmesan missile. You won. They're gonna need 10 of those things if they want to tackle you. 10 tackle. Oh, curious. You follow a trail of disturbed earth and cracked pavement from the place where the tentacles popped out of the ground to the place where presumably they popped in. And by presumably, I mean obviously, because that place is a house with slimy, wriggling tentacles poking out of all its holes. Did you have to phrase it that way? Location unlocked. Tentacle house. Ignore it and keep walking. We'll go back to the tentacle house later. First, we have to steal a different urn or something. The Vickers unlock this for me. Spare urns. Wouldn't hurt to take one. Alright. Now go back up to the captain's. Dirch's house. Obi stops and calls your attention to a small park that the two of you are walking past. Look, there's a fair number of folks out today. Are we in a hurry? I guess not. Why? He pulls his oboe out of its case, then drops 2 meat in his hat and hands it to you. I think it's a crying shame to waste such an opportunity. Is busking legal here? Kid, don't be such a square. Anyway, we'll be long out of here before anyone makes a fuss. Well, okay. You pass the hat while Obi belts out some tunes, and the two of you split the take afterwards. Cool. Swap 'em. You glance over to make sure Captain Dirch is sleeping and deftly swap the urns. Did you switch out that 5th urn yet? Wait, I didn't give him the same voice. Yeah, I did. Great, so we're square then. Everything's Jake. I'm doing Obi's voice. I forgot what I did for this guy's voice. Yeah, I suppose. Come on, go out. There we go. I wasn't doing it good enough, I guess. Mosey on it, or amble away, I mean. Now we return the thing, and then we go to the tentacle house. Hey buddy, I got your doodad back. The vicar's still really agitated about his ashes being stolen. Well, not his ashes. You get what I mean. Oh, it's you! Have you found our missing ashes yet? I did. Here you go. Wonderful. I'll get this polished and reinstalled right away. Blessings upon you, my child. In fact, let me make that blessing literal. I have some holy water of Saint Polycarp here somewhere. Ah, here we go. He takes out a little bottle of water and splashes some on your forehead. Cool. Thanks. So, say, whose ashes are in that urn anyway? Unfortunately, we don't know his name, but he was a sailor who washed ashore here after a shipwreck. Some of the locals took him in, but he didn't survive the night, poor fellow. He was interred here as an act of charity. Was that about 50 years ago, give or take? Oh, no. It was more like 300 years ago. Huh. Interesting. Nice. How much XP do I have right now? 14. That's not nearly enough for anything. Get away from the barrier head. Okay, we're going back to Dirch's house real quick because I think the implication is that Dirch is a ghost. Hands in the air, girlie. You're on Tin Lizzie turf, and this is a stick-up. You turn to see a woman in oil-stained coveralls pointing a gun-like tool in your direction. What the... Is that a caulking gun? Stick-up isn't usually such a literal phrase. Actually, it's a grease gun, so I guess it's more like a slick-up. Ha ha! Gross. Everybody's a critic. Give me your wallet. You pull out your wallet and nervously fumble it, dropping it at the woman's feet. When she growls and reaches for it, you swiftly grab her wrist and twist the grease gun out of her hand. Hey! Looks like the grease is on the other, lug nut? Honestly, I don't know anything about cars. You're gonna regret messing with the Tin Lizzies. I'm gonna regret touching this filthy grease gun more. Go on, scram. Okay, so how is that compared to my tongs? My moxie plus 2 sleaze damage. That's pretty good, but it doesn't beat my tongs. Love my tongs. Can't beat a tongs. The old man... Okay. Interesting. So it's not the same guy, maybe, but similar situation, but I don't know. That was confusing. Anyway, Tentacle House. You pass an alley where 2 women wearing grease-stained coveralls and welding masks are slouching against the wall and sharing a cigarette. They glare at you as you pass. Hey, isn't that blister that aluminum Lucy was telling us about? They lower their masks and snap their fingers. The tips of their index fingers spark into white-hot flames. The Tin Lizzies have mages? Oh, swell. Let's weld their tailpipes shut. Fight them. There's tentacles here, too? And Whirling Wrench? Oh, they're familiars. Tentacle Buddy could be a friend. Hard to say. Just shoot. Pachoo! Pachoo! Alright. You have 7. You also have 7. You're gonna hurt me, that's fine. You're gonna hurt Shelly, so now you have to die. Hey, Obi, get that bleed. That hurts, but... get hit, scrub. Concealing yourself behind a trash bin, you wait until the Tin Lizzies regain consciousness and limp away, and quietly tail them to a back alley chop shop that, presumably, is their gang hideout. Back alley chop shop is fun to say. Location unlocked, the Tin Lizzies chop shop, 5 XP, Shelly gets stronger. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned about this tentacle house, so I'm going to stop this episode. I'm going to end this episode here. And I'll see you in the next one when we go to the tentacle house. It just gets weirder the more times I say it. Bye-bye!